Time to take a look at today's business headlines. And for help with that, we're going to bring in Executive VP of the Commonwealth Foundation and Fellow at Independent Women's Forum, Jennifer Stefano, and Global Business Consultant Hillary Fordwich. Good morning, ladies. It's a Ladies Friday. I love it.
Love it. Good morning, Alex.
All right, let's start with the markets, which had a massive comeback yesterday after a turbulent day. Now, this morning, futures are also up ahead of the opening bell. Well, inflation jumping 8.2% year over year. So, Jennifer, let's start with you. The price of food up over 11%, energy prices up nearly 20%. What advice can you offer Americans at this point?
Right, that this is going to continue to trend upward. We know that the Fed now is going to raise rates again, and I don't think it will just be at the last quarter of this year. I think we are going to see rates go up again in the new year. So I think what consumers have to realize is that this is just going to get harder, and I think especially around advocating for energy policy, where we in the United States produce more for ourselves. That could help a lot of this.
Well, as we mentioned, the markets went into a tailspin following the inflation news, but rallied throughout the day. So, Hillary, is now the time for investors to buy, hold, or sell in the markets?
Well, it depends how much they've got a stomach for, Alex. That depends. And also it depends where you are in life. If you're right on the cusp of retirement, I mean, this is a terrible, terrible time because you don't have that longevity in terms of, well, your lifespan, which is sad, but also in terms of investing. So I would say if you're in this for the long haul, absolutely buy now. Anybody else probably should be in as much cash as possible. Why? Because inflation isn't going away. This is systemic. This is very, very sticky. It's going to stay. And it's scary because of what Biden is doing in terms of releasing from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. It is scary.
Okay, well, let's expand on that. Saudi Arabia released a lengthy statement saying President Biden asked for a delay in oil production cut to November. So, Jennifer, what do you make of this just very clearly political move?
This is really just outrageous for an American president to go and be so blatantly political for the American people, because he's not helping us. He's not helping the American people. Not to mention, we need not be on bended knee to totalitarian regimes like Saudi Arabia. We can do it ourselves, and I imagine that's what the Saudis are saying, and that's why they are slashing production. In the United States, we could be producing much more than we are. We can not only help ourselves, but help the world, and the war in Ukraine. It's not just an economic issue, it's a national security issue, and frankly, a moral issue.
Let's switch gears a little bit. Delta's earnings report now showing revenue taking off with a new record of $12.84 billion. Hillary, what is leading to Delta's success?
Well, actually, Alex, I would say a couple of things. Ed Bastian, the CEO there, he gives credit to this team, his wonderful team, but I give credit to him. He has been extremely focused. They have also been very aggressive. Do you know, it's interesting that the planes Delta flies are actually older than their competitors, than United and American. You would not know from getting on a Delta plane why. They have spent a lot of money investing in the interiors, one. There's also an expression in the airline industry and many industries, and that is that weak management leads to strong unions. They have been a very strong management. They have been very focused. They also have the greatest in terms of hubs. There's an S-curve in hubs, and that is the greatest amount of availability of flights. I just on business was in Omaha, San Antonio, and Eugene. I ended up flying Delta for a lot of those legs. Why? They have more planes. So they've been focused in the most important things that matter to the consumer. And a lot of that comes from Ed Bastian, the CEO.
Absolutely. Well, 3,500 Walmart stores are set to begin selling Roku's newest home products, including video doorbells, smart plugs. So, Jennifer, as Roku expands into new products, will consumers start to see Roku as more than just a smart TV company at this point?
Yeah, I think it's really interesting what they're doing, okay? They're going into a very competitive market, but where are they differentiating themselves? They're differentiating themselves on price point, right? They're not looking to be a Tiffany brand. They're not looking to be a Nest. They're saying, okay, we're available to the average American, to the average working man and women. We can make all this available for your home. And they're launching it out of Walmart, which I think helps with that brand and that moat that they're building. So I think this is a strategic move, and they're already partnering with somebody who is in this space and makes quality products, because the number one thing you can't do if you're going to compete on price is not have a product that works and that is excellent. If they start to get dinged with that, it could kill the brand. But they're already partnering with a good firm that makes good products. I think this is a win overall for Roku. Really smart.
Well, we've been kind of teasing this one for a few weeks now. Netflix's long-awaited ad-supported tier is finally here. So for $7 a month, customers can now watch Netflix with ads every 5 minutes or so. So Hillary, will this be successful for Netflix to capture customers who are just looking to save a couple bucks?
Well, actually, I think regardless of the money, you know what it comes down to? It comes down to the quality of their programming. That's what it comes down to. Doesn't matter how much. If you can get something for free and you don't want it, what good is it? So when you have a successful series like The Crown, they're going to be releasing the next series this November. I think people would pay almost anything if they've been watching it and they want to watch it. So it only really attracts those people that are right on the margins, and they'll still watch what they want to. Do you think people don't watch the Super Bowl if they don't have the money? No, they find a way to. So I don't think this is what's going to move it. It always comes down to, with anything streaming, the quality of the programming, because you don't want to discount for something you don't want.
Those are some great points, Hillary. Jennifer Stefano, Hillary Fordwich, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Have a fantastic weekend.
Thank you, Alex.
Pleasure.
You too.
Bye, Alex. Bye, Jennifer.